Hello everyone, my name is Tyler. Welcome to AI Football Prediction Lab, Europe's most trusted football prediction channel. The group stage of the FIFA Club World Cup is now behind us, and we've officially reached the round of 16. The excitement is only getting stronger from here. The knockout phase kicks off on Saturday, 28th of June, with two thrilling matches. First, it's an all-Brazilian battle between Palmeiras and Botafogo. Then Benfica take on Chelsea in a classic European showdown. As always, our football expert and most popular host Luca has analysed both games in depth and will be sharing his insights and predictions. He'll provide two predictions for each match, and although it won't be shown on screen, he'll also drop a surprise verbal prediction for both games. We're proud to say that our recent performance has been outstanding. In the last 6 days alone, we've achieved an accuracy rate of around 90%. You can check out all the results and winning picks on our Instagram page. Before we begin, one last note. Producing top-quality football content is only possible with your support. If you'd like to help us grow, simply click the thanks button below. Now, let's hand it over to Luca and hear what he has to say about these two games.
Hello everyone, Luca here. I hope you're all doing well. As Tyler mentioned earlier, it's time for the round of 16 in the FIFA Club World Cup. On June 28th, two exciting matches will be played. As always, I'll be sharing two official predictions for each game. But this time, I'll also give you a surprise verbal prediction, a bold pick that goes beyond our usual safe calls. Let's start with the first game of the day between Botafogo and Palmeiras, and then we'll move on to the Benfica versus Chelsea match. This is a massive all-Brazilian battle between Botafogo and Palmeiras. It's not a traditional derby, but it's still a huge clash between two historic sides, Botafogo from Rio and Palmeiras from São Paulo. Both teams have already secured a serious payout by reaching the round of 16. For those who don't know, qualifying for this stage comes with a $7.5 million prize, which is a significant amount, especially for clubs from South America, Africa, and Asia. And reaching the quarterfinals means an additional $13 million in the bank. Let's move from the finances to the football, starting with Palmeiras. Palmeiras topped their group, which included Al Ahly, Porto, and Inter Miami, by finishing on 5 points, just ahead of Inter Miami on goal difference. However, their performance in the final group match against Inter Miami wasn't very convincing. They looked disorganized for long stretches and only turned it around with two late goals in the last 10 minutes. Star talent Estevao hasn't quite lived up to expectations so far. Plus, Palmeiras will be missing a key figure in defense. Murillo is out. As for Botafogo, you could say they made it out of a true group of death, facing Atletico Madrid and PSG. Yes, they arrived as the reigning Libertadores champions, but after losing their coach and several key players, many thought they'd lost their edge. Still, they shocked everyone by beating PSG with a focused and compact defensive display, arguably one of the standout wins of the tournament. They also stood their ground against Atletico Madrid, showing great defensive organization throughout the match. Igor Jesus, in particular, stood out with a commanding performance. While Palmeiras are ahead of Botafogo in the league and in recent Libertadores form, Botafogo have not lost to them in their last 5 meetings, 3 wins and 2 draws. That stat alone gives Botafogo some extra psychological confidence going into this match. My first prediction is first half under 1.5 goals. The financial stakes are high, the matchup is intense, and the pressure is real. This could lead to a tense and physical opening half, perhaps even a few cards. Neither team will want to fall behind early, and I don't see either side taking big risks before halftime. My second prediction is Botafogo not to lose the first half. Sure, Palmeiras are the stronger side on paper, but Botafogo's resilience in the group stage and their head-to-head dominance over Palmeiras can't be ignored. Let's not forget, they didn't concede in the first half against either PSG or Atletico Madrid. I think they'll at least hold Palmeiras off until the break, and my bold surprise prediction is no goal in the first half. Yes, I'm calling a 0-0 scoreline at halftime. Everything we've mentioned, the high pressure, the cautious approach, and even the in 32-degree heat, suggests this could be a slow, tactical start. Also worth noting, these two sides already played out a 0-0 draw earlier this year in the league. In the day's other match, we'll get a real Champions League vibe, as Benfica go head-to-head with Chelsea. For those who follow European football, these two teams need no introduction. Benfica had a shaky start to the tournament. They couldn't impose their game against Boca Juniors, but even after going down to 10 men, they held on for a valuable point. They bounced back with a comfortable win over Auckland City, and then pulled off a surprise by beating Bayern Munich to top the group. But let's not forget, Bayern fielded a rotated squad in that match, and in the second half, they created numerous chances, had goals ruled out, and dominated large spells. So, it wouldn't be fair to say Benfica delivered a flawless defensive display in that win. Chelsea, on the other hand, made it out of a much easier group featuring Esperance, Los Angeles FC, and Flamengo, but only managed to finish second. To be honest, they've looked like one of those European sides that struggled to mentally adapt to this tournament. Both their players and manager repeatedly pointed out how the heat has affected their performance levels. Still, one clear positive for Chelsea has been the form of Pedro Neto, who stood out with his contributions. Heading into this match, both teams have no major absences to worry about. My first prediction is over 3.5 corners in the first half. Both teams have explosive wingers who cut inside and attack the wide areas effectively. Looking at their corner stats from previous matches, this feels like a realistic call, especially if there's an early goal, which could drive the attacking intensity even higher. My second prediction is over 1.5 total goals. In this tournament, if a match ends in a draw, it goes straight to penalties. So if the score is level around the 75th minute, teams tend to become more cautious. That could lead to fewer goals in some cases. But in this clash, I believe we'll still see at least 2 goals, simply because both teams have plenty of technical quality and players who can score at any moment. If one team takes the lead, the other can't afford to sit back. They'll have to respond, and that phase of the game could easily bring another goal. And my bold surprise pick for this game is Chelsea to win in 90 minutes. Yes, Chelsea may not have fully adapted to this tournament, but I believe Benfica's underlying issues from last season are still present. Even though they beat Bayern, they gave away far too many chances and didn't look convincing defensively. Also, based on current forecasts, kickoff won't be under direct sunlight, which could actually be an advantage for Chelsea, as they're more accustomed to playing in cooler conditions. That's all for my analysis and predictions for these 2 massive round of 16 matches on June 28th. I hope what we've shared here brings you a bit of luck. See you in the next video. Much love from the AI Football Prediction Lab family.